Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God. Today I want to talk about why Genos on the in the webtoon is nowhere near as good as the manga version. I think the manga Genos from One Punch Man is the far superior character. Now his story is a lot more depressing in the webtoon, but it's also a lot less fulfilling for the readers. You know, when you're reading it, it's like he doesn't really progress. You know, every time he fights, he just gets absolutely smoked. He's less than a glass cannon. He's a glass, bro. In the webcomic, it became so bad that even he went up to Saitama himself. Obviously, this video is going to include webtoon spoilers, considering I'm talking about comparing the two versions. He went up to goddamn Saitama and was like, "Yo, like I feel like I'm just not strong, like type shit." You know what I mean? And that's when he was thinking about joining the Neo Heroes, and he wanted to have a conversation with Saitama. And Saitama basically was like, "I'm not joining the Neo Heroes," and he was like, "Okay, fine. If you're not joining, I'm gonna stay with you," type shit. But yeah, he's importance in the webtoon as well. The Mad Cyborg story, it's touched upon. Obviously, it's actually pretty much on it right now, and he's about to hit the prominent stage. But all the way leading up to this, it didn't feel like he really glowed up as much as we wanted him to. You know what I'm saying? He's such a phenomenal character. He felt like a Rock Lee, you know, somebody with limitations, because unlike Saitama with a human body that can eventually break their limits, he's a cyborg, so his limit is always going to be the technology and advancements that, you know, the doctor or other people can add to him. Excuse me. He can't necessarily just get stronger by himself. He's reliant on others, unlike, you know, Saitama or Garo, or, you know, these type of people who can simply train and get better. Genos has limitations, and I think that's also what makes his character so compelling in general, is because he is the whatever, you know what I'm saying, the mirror of Saitama, in terms of he's the opposite almost, you know what I'm saying. Saitama is the person that broke his limit because he's human, his biology. He has the ability to be boundless, right? Like we see Garo almost become boundless, right? And Genos cannot, simply is incapable of becoming boundless, because technically technology, at least thus far, doesn't seem like it can be boundless, although, you know, we might discover later in the story that it can, because considering if we look at goddamn Dr. Malfoy, is it Malfoy? I know Metal Knight, we'll just say Metal Knight, and potentially Metal Knight. Oh wait, Metal Knight, and what's the other guy? Drive Knight. Yeah, there you go. Metal Knight and Drive Knight. If we look at those two characters, you'll see that potentially these guys can be nearly boundless, or can reach, you know, levels above what we expect. And now back to Genos. If we look at his character, and we're gonna go through the webcomic version first, right? In the webcomic, Genos, I mean, they pretty much have the same arc, but he's a hell of a lot more useless during the Monster Association arc. Yeah, like he's pretty much smashed up pretty easily. Doesn't really have any feats, and his feat, when he finally defeats, I think, two dragons or something, or two high demons, he's still like completely shattered and destroyed, and doesn't even feel proud of it. You know what I'm saying? But then if you look at him in the manga, he's sensational. His performance is sensational during the Monster Association arc. He helps out Tatsumaki a lot, and we know Tatsumaki is obviously holding back a lot as well, in order to prevent killing every goddamn hero on sight. And that, you know, and as a result, she ends up receiving a hell lot of damage, and therefore is kind of useless in the fight against Garo, because she's already completely burnt out. And we know from One himself that she's so strong that she could potentially defeat the webcomic version of, you know, Awakened Garo. Now, we don't know about these new Cosmic Garo now, right? Because I don't think Tatsumaki has shown feats quite as high. Now, she did twist the whole city, and again, this is while protecting all the superheroes. But clearly her stamina levels wouldn't and durability would not be nowhere near the same level as Garo and them. So I don't think she reaches quite that same peak as she did in the webcomic. And I think it's probably on purpose by One. I think One is still gonna make her, I think, be stronger than what we seem to think she is. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like he wouldn't have made that statement otherwise. But again, writers, I suppose we have to understand that writers sometimes, as they're writing, can change the perception of the character, especially when they get a chance to rewrite it as One Punch Man does. And in fact, they got them rewrite chapters consistently. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the chapter is released and a week later it's fucking re-released and the story is completely changed, bro. Like we get a whole new, and I'm so glad that Garo fight with Saitama has been changed. I'm so glad it continues, because it kind of felt underwhelming. It didn't feel like we really got to see Awakened Garo. How the webcomics fans been hyping Awakened Garo, and everybody was like, no, y'all said he's stronger than both of us. He's not stronger than both. Well, guess what? Cosmic is clearly smashing the shit out of Boros, man. He beating the shit out of Boros, man. Backhanded in that. So don't say that. Don't say that. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I definitely prefer the webcomic. No, I don't. Sorry, the goddamn manga version of Genos, mainly because his feet are actually impressive. He actually improves. He's still a glass cannon, but when he was fighting against Psychos, like he was fucking damaging. He was pulling off fucking crazy ass moves, bro. Dedrick mode or whatever I think is what Zonin calls him. Those like hella fucking versions of Genos, and we know after right now his core him being beaten up by Garo. Like my dude, wait. First of all, this dude hella heroic, bro. Hella goddamn He was half-bodied, bro, and he still decided, I will prevent Garo, or try my best to prevent Garo from hurting anybody. And he attacked. Everybody else was just there, fucking traumatized, scared, whimpering, dying. But obviously, Genos is also unaffected by the nuclear, or the goddamn, what you call it? Thing after nuclear waste, goddamn, man, my brain is on doo-doo mode right now, boy. God damn. But you know what I mean. Kind of like nuclear fallout, that thing. He's unaffected by those type of toxins. You know what I'm saying? Those type of goddamn nuclear words. Oh, what the fuck? How can I'm like, what? Fallout. I'm thinking Fallout the game, and I still can't think of it. But I hope y'all know what I mean. If not, I'll try to comment it down below. But yeah, that's what I mean. The comment down below, the top comment pinned. That's what I mean. And yeah, man, it's just good to see him in the manga actually being useful. Even his first fight against Garo, like I think Garo was kind of winning, but it was a compelling ass fight. Like this dude was going at it, and I really felt like, yeah, Genos got strong, boy. Genos getting fucking strong, boy. And I'm excited. To see him, deal with the whole goddamn rampaging robot that killed his family. Like, I'm so excited to see all of this shit, bro. Like, I really want to get more of Genos, you know what I mean? Because I feel like this whole arc has been Garo's. Garo's been the protagonist, right? I think even in season 2 of the anime, Garo is the protagonist. And that's what I like about One Punch Man, because, we start off as Saitama as the protagonist with Genos as the sidekick. Then we go to Garo as the protagonist. And currently now in the webcomic, I think Genos is going to be the protagonist again. Sorry, Genos is going to be the protagonist for the first time. Maybe alongside Blue. People that know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. Shout out Blue. But yeah, I'm just super excited to see how Genos progresses. I think personality-wise, he's still the same pretty much between the webcomic and the manga. I think he's probably a bit more... I mean, he's always brave anyway. He's always brash, and he's always, a young gun. Like, he's a great character. Genos is a phenomenal character, but it's just great to see his character actually rewarded for that, you know what I'm saying? Instead of like Rock Lee, because he in the webcomic he feels, that's exactly it. In the webcomic he feels like Rock Lee, bro. Like, so much potential, but just doesn't go anywhere. While in the manga, it's like Rock Lee's actually competing. You know what I'm saying? Rock Lee's actually climbing. Rock Lee's actually getting better. Rock Lee's actually winning fights. Rock Lee's actually, even when he loses or gets damaged, he's damaging too. Like he's holding his own. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my thoughts on it. What do you guys think? Do you prefer the webcomic version, where it's a bit more depressed? He doesn't quite get what he wants, and maybe it's the setup for that. And I think one at the moment hasn't updated that bit in a long ass time, so I don't know. Maybe he might even stop that. Excuse me, and just continue it with the manga. And I think the manga also has so much more details about God and about other things, and it's building up more hype for everything than I think the webcomic did. I think the webcomic made you kind of almost do more theory without evidence, while the manga provides you way more clues and showcases you shit like right on as well on top of that. So that's dope to see. Anyways, been your boy, Premature the God. I just want to talk about Genos because I love Genos, baby. It's been your boy. Subscribe. I'm out.